Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me on Berets, and today, well, both sides, both Japan as well as global, have gotten some news, and yeah, it's going to be some interesting news. First of all, I don't think the global news is terribly too much worth talking about. The EX stage seems, or well, the bigger farming quest stage is showing up. It's good for you guys. And Medina and Old crossover banner will also be happening, so great for, and not to mention in the month of May, it looks like you guys are getting Medina shards, which is both good and bad. I'm going to say that it is, well, obviously anybody who has Medina, which should be quite a few people, will benefit from this. If you already maxed Medina, this is probably less exciting, and more importantly, if the Ketone banner shows up, that was a thing that happened at the time where Ketone ended up being, I think, a character who got some shards on the monthly login, but we'll see what happens in the long run. Don't hit the panic button just yet. But regardless, Global has gotten some news, but I'd say that the bigger news came to Japan, so we're definitely going to be talking about all of that in this video, and you Globalers, don't tune out just yet, because there's some big Final Fantasy Tactics news for your future as well, for those of you who are panicking about not getting Ramza and Landu shards. And I have seen it. I've been talking to people on Discords. I am aware of what my Twitch chat has been going on. Oh, that's cool. BlueStacks is frozen. Oh, awesome. BlueStacks crashed. Well, thankfully that's something that's never happened before. So anyway, let's get on with it. The Final Fantasy Tactics event will be continuing on the JP side, as well as it is continuing on the global side, but there is no extra part. There is nothing new that is coming to for the JP side. It's just going to be basically the event runs for a whole bunch longer. But May 1st is also going to be when we are getting new stuff, and the new stuff is pretty interesting, including a new type of event that is similar to Tower but slightly different. So, you know, there's that as well. And as soon as the game loads back in, I'll be able to talk a little bit more. But yes, there will be one of the big things that has come up for the Final Fantasy Tactics event on JP is that both Ramza and Landu, it's the combination of the two of them, will be getting their old banners back on JP. Not just their old banners, but also they will be getting some new stuff as well. So let's go through the news one by one, and we'll get there. First of all, the half anniversary is starting on Japan. That will be starting on May 1st. Now, this is probably not going to be the only thing, probably, that will be running throughout the entire month, but so far, kicking it off with about 2,800 lapis, as well as a whole bunch of large stamina pots for, you know, all of those farming people out there. Also, JP and item drops will be getting doubled for the story event, so if you've been waiting to do your farming, now's the time to do it. And as well, there's just going to be a few other campaigns and whatnot with, you know, long-term double drops of stuff. And that's basically it. You know, it's a half anniversary. It's our first half anniversary. So congratulations, JP side, for getting there. Now, as I was saying, there is going to be a brand new character as well, and this is her. I want to say that this will be the name, but as you know, translations can be a little weird. Adira. Adira will be our new character. And taking a look at what we are getting, well, she is going to have her own banner, but JP side will also be getting a free 10 pull for their half anniversary. Just one, so I assume there's going to be a few more a little bit later. You know, it's the standard stuff, guaranteed one SSR character or better, and everything else is just pure RNG. But Adira, who I will be talking about in very short order, will also be coming to the game. Her own banner, she will be actually all by herself, which is interesting. She is not going to be sharing the banner with a summon or a 4-star or anything. She will be the only upgrade on it. Best of luck to everyone trying for it. But as I said, Globalers have been asking for a long time whether or not, Ramza and Landu shards will show up. And so far they haven't. I've heard by people saying that they show up in the Whimsy shop on Japan. I am willing to basically call that now on the amount of rerolls that I have done, that it was either an error or it just didn't happen and people were thinking of the global side. For the Whimsy shop on part 2, as well as the shop refreshes, there have been 0 Landu and Ramza shards, but that is probably going to change this week on the Japanese side because, first of all, this is a step up, guaranteed either UR character or UR card on the first 2 steps, with the 3rd step giving you a guaranteed Ramza. Now, this is great if you've been wanting a Ramza, or if you're on the global side and you're spending money, because this will be a paid lapis. Anything guaranteed is paid. I'm pretty unexcited. I already have TMR'd Ramza, so this whole thing is just an unbelievably easy skip. But there will also be a Ramza banner just like the original one, as well as a Landu banner that are just like the original one. So yeah, there's going to be that, and continuing down, there is also going to be a guild banner that has these 3 on it. Basically, one of my favorites, Victoria, Ayaka, as well as Nasia. And if this could be like one of the guaranteeds, but I think it's just going to be a basic kind of regular banner. Now, this is bad news for all you JP players out there who have been carefully trying to collect Adira shards, much like me, because it does mean that Nasia shards, as well as Landu, Ramza, and Victoria, as well as Ayaka shards, will probably all start appearing in the Whimsy shop, making it a little bit more difficult if you're trying to complete. So if you are doing any more refreshes, trying to get more Agrius or Deleta shards, better to do it sooner than later. And that brings me to the new JP feature, Deep Dungeon. Now this, as far as I can tell, is the opposite to Tower. Yeah, opposite only in the direction that you are going. In Tower, you are climbing. Here in Dungeon, you are diving deep. You will be going down, but there is an extra feature for those of you who have played RTS games or some other tactics games. You may know of Fog of War. It is a feature that basically makes it hard to see what exactly you are going up against, where enemies are, making it a little bit difficult. So yeah, this is that feature. Deep Dungeon has kind of a Fog of War, where when you start out, you have 0 crystals, and it is very hard to see in a stage. And as you collect them, it actually gets brighter and brighter, so you will be able to see where enemies are. Again, this is going to be probably some of the more challenging content. It is the same kind of thing where health as well as ability uses are persistent between multiple floors. So every 24 hours you are able to recover your characters. So it is a best thing to start early and keep going to the end. And now I get to the part that I'm pretty excited about. Our new character, Adira, is going to be a really famous class. If you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, you know how powerful the calculators are, and this is our first mathematician unit. Yes, that is her main class type. She is a water-based UR character. She uses maces, which makes sense because we are getting a new weapon farming stage with this new character. Now, interestingly enough, her limit burst is super interestingly interesting, I should say, because it seems to be a beneficial limit burst. This would be the first one really we've seen in a long time. Mostly Ayaka just comes to my mind. Anyway, she reduces casting time for units, providing that their levels are multiples of 3. Interesting, to say the least. It does make LB4 potentially a really big landmine in how far you want to raise this character. I think she's going to be an incredibly interesting support unit but overall her entire kit seems to be geared toward magic. Mathematician, I will imagine, will be very magic based, as well as she is completed with Spellblade and basically Black Mage. So that is just 3 that scream that she's going to be support and magic damage, and she should be an interesting companion for a lot of different characters. Miranda, Medina, Kryl, a lot of the mage-based characters in the game. It should be pretty interesting. If you have them all maxed, then limit bursting with this seems like just a giant benefit. But not only that, she does have holy damage spells, meaning that she has multiple elements at the very least. I think she's going to be really interesting to see exactly how her kit shapes out. And she's pretty cute to boot. That always helps a little bit, right? But yeah, I am very interested to see how the first Mathematician shapes out. Probably will reserve too much judgment until I see the full kit, because it really depends how exactly she can support the team and whether or not she would be able to be put into a team particularly easily. Either way, more mage support is interesting at this point in the game. A few bug fixes and whatnot will probably be coming, as well as, of course, the spend 300 lapis, get a couple UR orbs if you're doing that every day, shifting of the arena, which is just, you know, a monthly thing at this point, and oh dear God, here comes the hard content. Level 80, although I'm sure Deep Dungeon will be difficult. Returning is a couple of really challenging level 80 quests. These are the ones that were quite difficult back at the time for a lot of players on JP, but now that the game has progressed further in, it should be much easier to do these, although they'll probably still be, well, you know, fairly challenging. Either way, Iron Giant for the armor, as well as the other level 80, which gives a couple of more recipes, so there you go for that. But that is not all. You have tons of options for farming, starting for anybody who is complaining that there's just not enough content in Wotiv. Well, here you go. Of course, for Adira, her brand new weapon, Mace, will be getting some support, right? Well, Mace class. Also, for all you die-hard Mashari fans, here you go. Maces on parade. You'll be able to make some really good quality maces, as well as you'll be able to farm the Coral Sword, which is great news. Well, I'm going to assume that it's just going to be a really good decision for anybody who's still maining landu, and obviously global players will be interested in that as well. Other than that, once a day JP farming will return, and other than that, well, we already hit version 1.5. So the half anniversary is seeing some free stuff as well as a brand new character, and that is pretty exciting, but it also should bring a second opportunity for those who are looking for Landu and Ramza, and make people who are just looking for Delita and Agria shards, like myself, much more difficult for their life. So there you go. That's basically all of the JP update. I think the Global's update's pretty standard. Probably going to be waiting until the end of the FF Tactics event before we see the Ketone, Odin, and I want to call her Whisper. It's not Murmur, it's Whisper, I think it is. Pretty sure we'll see all of them for Global right after Final Fantasy Tactics, followed by Miranda, who is a water-based summon. Anyway, so yes, tell me, are you excited for Mathematicians? Yes, she's going to be a mage and a math mage, so magician, I don't know. Anyway, tell me if you're excited for this update. I am definitely excited because lots of free stuff, and the half anniversary is starting very quickly on Japan. Take care, and I'm going to go record some other videos.